Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Coffee Ann on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's Wednesday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday, November 14th.
We're not here.
Everybody go. It's Wednesday. Wow. All right. Tuesday, November 14th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Linda Tebow's laughing right over there at me. Hi, Linda.
Good morning.
And after a 2-week hiatus, Ed Carew has rejoined us.
I know what day it is, too.
That's because you're here.
Yeah, right.
How smart he is.
Here and I'm here. It's Tuesday.
I should know these things by now. All right. The first segment sponsor of the Coffee Ann program is the Carew Investment Group. Let's hear our first message from you, Ed.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that they know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, give us a call. You can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Integrity, trust, and service. The Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thanks. And just got information that the Hamlet School here in Woonsocket is closed. Waiting to find out on details on why the Hamlet School is closed here in Woonsocket, but it is. We just got told that it is closed today, so we'll have to find out more information on that. All right, I wanted to bring this up to Linda in case you wanted to espouse. Did you get up early enough on Sunday to watch our fine New England Patriots lose in Germany?
On another continent.
Lose on another continent. How great is that?
Actually, we were up early because we were invited, Dave's a Vietnam vet, so we were invited next door to the church for their breakfast, and it was really nice. But when we got back, we put it on right away, and same old. What did they say? Different week?
Yeah, that's right.
Different week,
continent.
Different continent.
It's a heating issue, by the way. We're over at the Hamlet School, and with carbon monoxide complications.
Really?
So, hey, all right.
Whoa.
Get the kids out into the fresh air
Whoa,
to take care of that.
Yikes,
So
that's good.
they'll be dealing with that.
Yeah.
But so I brought this up yesterday, Linda. Let's see if you agree. Ed, did they show the Patriots game down in Aruba? I don't know if you've had a chance to watch it. Oh, okay.
It was Sunday.
That's Sunday. Oh, you were home by then. Oh, okay.
And yes, I saw it.
Okay. Let's see if you both agree with this. I brought this up yesterday. I got a lot of people nodding up and down. So it's taken me 2.5 years of watching Mac Jones.
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
I have finally come to the conclusion that, okay, he is not an NFL caliber quarterback.
No.
Not even close.
XFL would be okay. USFL would be okay. Maybe he can go play in Canada with the CFL, and maybe he can be a star there. Fine. But when you look at the NFL quarterbacks, you look at the Patrick Mahomes and the Josh Allens,
And the young guys,
and
even
the guy down at
Herbert,
and the guy down in Miami, Tua. He is just not with those guys at all.
Not even close.
It's
even
not-
that kid that took Aaron Rodgers, he got hurt.
Yeah, the rookie there.
Even that kid's doing all right.
So-
And not all right, they're doing well.
I was trying to give Mac, okay, you got to learn, you got to
Yeah.
grow,
But he went.
and I'm like, you're just getting worse, and you're making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. And what solidified it for me, I don't know, you probably didn't see this, maybe you saw it, Linda. There's about a 7-second clip of Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien's the offensive coordinator for the Patriots, screaming at Mac and then pointing at the tablet. Mm-hmm. Look at this play. This is all your fault.
Yeah.
This is all you.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. It says.
Yeah, and did you see the look on Bill Belichick? The same thing.
Oh
with
yeah,
the hat
with the hat and the hands over his face.
Even the owner there, Kraft, he was like, "Oh my God." Yeah, no, he's just.
So people complaining about because Zappe came in with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And I go, he looks a little more confident. He throws a lot harder.
Yeah.
Than Mac Jones, and yes, he was intercepted.
Yes, he was
at the end. But you know why?
Why?
He was throwing to Juju Smith-Schuster, and Schuster tripped over his own feet and fell down.
Oh, is that what?
He
oh.
was cutting across the field. He would have caught it if he didn't fall,
Fall.
and it wouldn't have been an interception.
Yeah.
But he fell down,
Yeah.
and now the guy for the Colts is standing there waiting for the ball to come right to him.
Well, yeah,
If people say, "Oh, Zappy threw an interception,"
yeah.
his receiver fell down,
yeah.
after he threw the ball.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think Zappy should actually play
Well,
the rest of
I've
the
said-
season. They've been mathematically eliminated.
Well, did
So-
you hear Bill talk?
No, I haven't heard what
Yeah,
it-
he was saying, well, when they interviewed him, well, because Bailey, he doesn't get a chance to play too much, but when he has, he's taken advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it sounds like he's going to be the starting.
It's time for him to play the rest of the season.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean,
I've
yes.
even gone so far and said it's time to cut our losses
Yeah.
and just
Get
release,
rid of 'em.
just
Release
release
him,
them.
release
I know we're
him.
going to keep paying him, but just let him go.
Just let him
Yeah,
go.
I think they should release him.
And maybe some other team will pick him up.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
doubt-
why,
want-
but
nobody
as
wants him.
as a backup quarterback somewhere, and just go
Yeah,
play someplace else.
But I mean, and even the words he uses every time they lose, I've got to get better.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you're
yeah.
Yeah,
not.
so, yeah, you could
10
play the-
years of that.
You could play the
10
tape
weeks
from
of
last
that.
year, and it's the same words.
It's the
Yeah,
same
no.
words, and then when he
Yeah, I know
had
you have
that
to
last
play better.
interception, he takes his like a kid would, and
Well, if you-
stamping his feet like
And,
a
but then when he
like-
got taken out of the game,
yeah,
he
yeah.
looked like he was going to cry
yeah, yeah,
on the bench.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was-
literally
yeah,
with the
yeah,
tears.
Yeah.
I said, well, that carries no confidence.
Well, no, and then whenever I've got to get
gotta get better. I know you do.
Yeah, you're not. No.
My daughter, who doesn't watch the game, she knows he's got to get better.
Well, there you go.
It's just- ugh.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, we'll move on from the Patriots now. Ed,
Yes,
you
sir.
came back just in time. Government shutdown looming.
Looming, yes,
Looming
it is
ahead.
looming and blooming.
And the last I heard is somebody put in some offer
Uh-huh.
that will fund the government until January.
January.
I'm like, 3 months?
Part of it until January, and,
And then-
part of it until February.
Oh, well, then okay.
That way they can have 2 shutdowns next
Oh, my
year.
God. My gosh. But did that go through?
No.
Oh,
not yet,
okay. Not yet. Are they voting on it?
They're trying to line up the votes.
But why just 3 or 4 months? Why not something a little more long term?
Well, something more long term would be okay, but the reason why they're trying to get something short term is because they just want to fund it with equal to what it is now.
All right.
All right? Because at the end of the year, every time they do a government funding near the end of the year, they load it up with all kinds of kitchen sink stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody throws stuff into it, and they don't want to do that. They're trying to avoid that. But by trying to
Okay.
avoid that and get a short-term
Yeah,
two-step
deal.
thing, they're setting themselves up for the same story again twice in
Yeah.
early next year. So I'm not sure which one is better, but that's
So they
what's going
figure
on.
if we move it to January and February, we won't have all the kitchen sink stuff then.
Right, it'll
'Cause
be
it's
a,
not- 'cause
it'll
it's
be
not
a
the
new
new year.
Yeah, be a new year, and they'll be probably more concerned with getting reelected than,
Yeah.
they'll
all right.
be starting to campaign more than they are right now.
Even in January?
Oh sure.
All right. I guess on the political side, to the politician, it makes sense. To the American public, we're more like, what are you doing? And I wish we could do this. This can't be done. It would just be crazy. But how about we just fire them all? Every congressman, every senator, you're all out.
Start
And
all
we're
over
starting
again.
all over again. But of course, that's illogical. And,
That'll never happen.
and logistically, it's a nightmare. So.
Well, right, yeah.
And then, Supreme Court said, well, you can't do that and like that. So, but wouldn't that be great? Which everybody's out and we're going to start over and we're going to have elections in May and everybody start campaigning and maybe you get reelected. Maybe you don't though. And we just start over. But it can't
I
be
really
done,
think
so-
they definitely should have term limits for every
I agree with that.
Yeah.
position.
Yeah. That and what
Nobody
what
should
should it
make
be?
a career out of it.
A career politician, they're right. So what do you figure? 10 years? Is that too long?
I'd say 2 terms.
2 terms.
2 terms.
Yeah,
Oh,
depending
okay.
You know,
on what-
because
So-
the terms are different.
Senate is
Congress,
6 years.
Senate is one thing, and
Okay, so
Yeah.
2 terms.
House is a different thing.
All right, I like it, but they'll never pass it for themselves.
Oh well, they certainly don't want to put themselves out of a job.
Well,
man.
that's right. Have to go back to our phony baloney jobs. All right, so we'll see what happens. Are they voting on that package to avoid the shutdown this week?
Well, yeah, because
They
the
have to.
shutdown is Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if we get to it. They should get to it today. I would think. All right. Little closer to home, front page of today's Blackstone Valley Call and Times. First order of business for the new mayor of the city of Woonsocket, Christopher Beauchamp, was to fire the finance director, Cindy Johnston, on Monday. And so she's out of a job. If you read the paper, it's just said it all has to do with the land deal that the mayor tried putting together for that 5 acres of land for $1.13 million. And it says it's all got to deal with that. And then it just says in other issues that the mayor Beauchamp did not disclose. Okay, so and now they have there is an interim finance director, and while they start the process of interviewing and see if they can get a full-time one person in, so that'll probably take a couple of months. But there is someone there that acting as the finance
There's an
director
actor.
now.
Well, they
Yeah.
need that. They absolutely need that. And you wonder if,
Someone's
he's,
got to sign the checks.
some things aren't being disclosed because maybe there will be potential litigation. So
Maybe, yeah.
it's best they not talk about it.
Enterprise Fund Finance Administrator Christine Chamberlain will fill in as the finance director, a role she had previously held in Woonsocket until the city can find a replacement. So, okay, so that's what she's doing now. So now the mayor does go on to say in the article that he doesn't see any more changes amongst the personnel at City Hall, but he also says, but we're having a staff meeting, and
Yeah.
we'll see what comes of it from that.
When you're taking over a job like that and you're the new kid on the block now, it's best that you have people in place that are doing
That
the
know-
jobs that
know-
they've been doing
Yes.
until you can prove otherwise. Because
While you're getting your feet wet.
yeah, you don't know. He needs to learn this position.
Yeah.
And he'd best have people around him that know theirs for now.
When you were town administrator in North Smithfield, did you ever have
yeah.
to come into the office and immediately get rid of somebody?
No, well, but I had people that retired, so immediately.
Oh, it's okay.
And so, I'm the nurse, so you triage, and you,
Yeah.
if there were people that you weren't sure of, but you held them in place until you could find somebody else,
All right.
because you need people to run those departments.
Yes.
And you don't know how. Like, I didn't know a dang thing about, public works, how to run it,
And you hope
so.
your director does.
Yes, or, yeah. So
All
he has a lot to learn.
Well, sure.
And quickly.
And get up to speed fast. And I guess this had to be done immediately for whatever reason. They have their reasons there.
Yeah.
And so now
Yeah.
she's out, and which is too bad because I know Cindy. She's a very nice lady. And it's too bad that it has come to this. So we're trying to move forward in the city of Woonsocket. Ed was away on vacation when all this was taking place.
Yeah.
Were you getting email alerts on your phone? What was going on? Or was it all a big surprise when you came
You
back?
surprised me this morning when
I
you
sur-
told me.
Yeah. Well, then-
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I did not get any email alerts.
And what was going on? Okay, Ed, just fill Ed in on the latest comings and goings.
Comings and going,
here in the.
But
here
the
in
new
city of
mayor
Woonsocket.
did go to the veterans ceremony and celebration in Woonsocket, though.
Oh, good.
He was there.
Hmm. And the veterans were happy with the celebration that you had.
Yes. Well, Thursday night one, yes,
Yeah.
it was. It was Thursday afternoon. It went over really well.
Very
They
well
loved the
attended.
USO show.
Oh yeah.
I was concerned. I was rather exhausted because, it's my thing. But I was dancing and
Yeah.
a lot of dances, and they loved it. From the minute we got on, I started dancing, they had smiles
Smiles. Mm.
from ear to ear, and they really seemed to enjoy it. Of course, they always loved the meal. It was very well attended. We had standing room only.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it was really good. Yeah. really
Fantastic.
good.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program and more coming your way. So, Ed, time for a second message now from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. And if you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Woonsocket, and we've been in business since 1987. So you don't have to go out of town for an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in New York or Boston or who knows where, probably someone you're never going to meet. And we encourage our clients to come to the office and sit down with us as often as they like. Why? Because we like to do business the old-fashioned way. We want to get to know you on a more personal basis so that we're more attuned to your financial needs. So if you're interested in speaking with us for a free, no-obligation consultation to find out more about how we'll invest your money, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Thanks, Ed, and more of the Coffee and program coming your way here on ON, AM, and FM.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, two locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When you're thinking about a place to go out to eat with your family or the whole gang, or maybe something quieter for just the two of you, head over to ON Radio's website, wonsocketradio.com, and click on the restaurant guide. This gives you a listing of the best restaurants in the area. You can take a look at menus and possibly even make reservations. This is a great resource to see a bunch of restaurants all in one place. Remember, it's wonsocketradio.com and click on Restaurant Guide. And if you own a restaurant that's not already listed, call WOON Radio at 401-762-1240 for information on how your restaurant can be on the Restaurant Guide. Call Joe at 401-762-1240. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON Radio.
All right, it's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And good time, by the way. Ed was down in Aruba,
Yes.
as we say in Rhode Island.
Aruba?
Aruba. Where the temperature got to the high 90s and...
Well,
And
no,
temperature-
the temperature did
no?
not get to the high 90s.
Oh, it didn't.
The heat index.
Heat index got to
Yeah,
the high
yeah,
90s. That's
yeah.
right. But
It rarely goes below 80.
Wow.
Like at night.
Yeah.
80, 82.
Don't you
And
hate
it
that?
rarely goes above 90.
wow.
But the heat index is somewhere between 95 and 105.
Well, now, what about the trade winds? Does that make it feel
Trade winds
cooler?
are constant, so it's comfortable.
So it feels good all the time.
I mean, you feel warm, but
Yes.
it's comfortable because of the trade winds.
Okay. And the ocean temperature is really warm, too.
The ocean temperature and the pool, they're both warm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
you
the
just-
time. There's
You
no-
don't have to go in and tippy toe.
Yeah, that's right. Up to my ankles till I get
It's
used to
like,
it.
Just walk right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. I'm glad, and good times? Had a
Yeah.
good time? Excellent, excellent. All right, now you're back to the real world. And
Yes.
so I don't know if you two have heard, maybe Ed's heard this story. I don't know if you heard this story. In North Andover, Massachusetts, have you heard this, what's going on in North Andover?
Not yet.
They had a town meeting. We have selectmen meetings.
You have selectmen, yeah.
in Massachusetts. So I had a selectmen meeting, and they voted, and now because it was okayed by the North Andover Select Council, they will now fly the Palestinian flag on the North Andover Town Common. And I went, just what Linda just said. Wow. Now they had people come in and speak in favor and against on a pretty long meeting, but they voted, and I think it was split probably 3-2. I think we had 5 people on the selectmen in Massachusetts, but they voted that we're going to fly the Palestinian flag on the town common. And I went, the president has come out and said we're 100% behind Israel, and the governor comes out and says we're 100% behind Israel, and then now this happens. And I wonder if it's going to be a domino effect in other towns. Have you heard about this, Ed?
No.
Didn't? Okay. It's
New to me.
Andover.
North Andover.
North
It's 2 different
Andover.
towns. So
First of all, no flag should fly on any government except the American flag, number one,
And the
All right.
state flag.
Huh?
And the state,
State
flag.
flag.
and the state flag. Yeah,
All
and
right.
some put a POW flag
Yeah,
still, an MIA flag.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, can you believe they're going to do this on town land? No, here in Woonsocket, I remember them flying the Ukrainian flag at Market Square near the parking lot. And now, was that considered town land, or does someone privately own that parking lot?
the
It was hanging off the building right there at the traffic light.
I know what you mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's there anymore.
I don't
It got
know. I don't know.
a little while after the weather just
Yeah.
faded away. But should North Andover do this? Should they?
You asking for opinion?
I'm asking for an
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah.
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Good opinion from Ed.
Yeah, I say no.
No.
American flag, state flag, POW flag.
That's
and,
it.
and that's it. So
yeah.
okay. I was really shocked that they voted. Yeah, we're gonna do this, and they are. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be there.
Well,
But,
there's so many protests going on now too.
Yeah, but I just it's kind of apples and oranges. But if you think back to the veterans in World War II, let's say it's a month after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, can you see a town? Hey, let's put up a Japanese flag. That did not happen.
No.
Nor did anyone even ask for that to happen.
No.
Yeah, but that's
I know
not
it's
the
different.
same. It's not the same. The Japanese bombed the United
Us.
States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Palestinians. I mean, that's over there. It's,
Yeah. Okay. That family from Medway is supposed to be getting home soon. They were stuck in Gaza for
Yes.
those 3 weeks.
They're still not home.
Well, they crossed into Egypt, and
Oh,
I don't
so,
know
okay, so
what the deal is now, how to
And
get
it's
out
in
of
the
there.
process now then of trying to get
Now you
home.
got to get a flight and like
Yeah.
that, and maybe things
Yeah.
are just booked for a while, but they are supposed to be home like tomorrow, which is good. I'm very happy that they made it. I didn't think I was worried
I mean,
about the
it's-
running out of
there's
water and food.
no doubt it's a terrible situation happening there. It is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a terrible situation. And,
All right.
And Hamas, they're really terrorists.
Yes.
And they use the hospitals and kids and people as their shields.
That's the terrorist playbook right there.
Yeah, right.
It's
exactly.
been done all the time.
Yeah,
You
That's-
can't bomb us. You're going to be bombing the people that got hurt,
yeah, and they do.
and they do.
And they do.
All right.
Sadly, yeah.
All right. Back here, closer to home in Rhode Island, Bryant University is looking for a men's basketball coach.
Yes, they are.
And so there's a lot more of
A lot more than that
a lot
side
more,
swiping than
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was mentioning to Ed because he was out of the country and missed all this fun stuff. But just to give you the timeline, so Bryant University puts the basketball coach Jared Grasso on paid administrative leave while they're investigating something to do with his behavior. They won't say what.
Yeah.
All right. While he's out on leave, he gets involved in a hit and run accident, of which he did the hitting
Yeah.
and ran. Turns himself in. Those charges get dropped because his insurance company agrees to give full restitution to the person he hit. Okay, so those charges get dropped, and those charges got dropped rather recently.
Yes,
Just-
they did.
just
they
last week.
just
Just
last,
got dropped,
yeah.
and now he resigns
Yeah.
from the basketball coach, for being the basketball coach, saying, "Well, it's his health."
His health. They all want to spend more time
And
with
spend
their
more time
family,
with the kids, with the
kids
wife and the
family.
kids.
Yeah, they all want to do that.
No, I hadn't realized this was he's been there for 5 years, and I thought this guy just got time flies, and I just thought he got there within the last 1 or 2.
He's
I
been
know-
there a while.
Yeah, now 5, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize it had been that long. I know they went to the NCAA championship, not the championships. They
Yeah.
went to the NCAA tournament.
They did well
last year and
Yeah,
did
they
well
did
for their
well.
first time going
Yeah.
there. But what's tough now is it's November. It's basketball season has started. Now they have had it. One of the assistants has bumped up to acting head coach, so they can do practice and stuff like that. And games. They've started this. They've started their season already. So if you're Bryant University, it's you can't hire anyone now. The season has started. Anyone that's good a good coach is
They're
coaching.
They're already there.
They're coaching somewhere.
Yeah.
So we'll have to just the acting head coach will just be the acting head coach for the rest of the season, and we'll go from there. And then after the season's over, then we'll start looking for a permanent head coach. But it was a surprise. Hearing
Yeah.
that he.
Yeah.
I go when I think just my opinion. I go, oh, maybe maybe they've explained how much they have on me about what was
Well,
going on.
Yeah, when you see somebody resign after,
Yeah.
we just had another example. There's usually something underneath that there's an underpinning that
Yeah.
we don't know about.
I'm hearing it's got something to do with his behavior. I don't know if it's got to do with his behavior with his team. And sometimes you read about that. Players complain about the coach is too rough. They're too much on their discipline when things don't go right. It could be something like that, but I don't know. And I don't know if you now ever know. Ryan doesn't have to tell you why now. Now that he's quit, so he's gone. So, looking for a job, Ed?
No.
You don't know your basketball? I guess not.
I don't.
All right. Well, it's easy, Shoot, ball and basket. I mean, it's a simple game.
That's why I don't like it. I like
Too-
difficult things.
It's too simple.
Yeah.
It was always Red Auerbach that when he was coaching the Celtics.
Yes.
They would design up plays, and he goes. But he also said, if you're coming down the court and we're going to pass or whatever the play is, and your guy trips and falls, and you now have a clean shot at the basket. Well, forget the play and take the
Take it.
clean shot to the
Yeah.
basket. Let's not be stupid about this. All right, so we have a pretty bad story out of Seekonk, Massachusetts, where these two women have been arrested for allegedly pouring scalding water on a 4-year-old girl. She has got life-threatening second and third degree burns. And you know how hot you ever put your hand on the stove and the steam is coming up, and you just glide your hand through the steam, and how hot that is.
Yeah, that's,
Well, intensify that.
that's
And it's awful. And from what I've read, the mother and the aunt, these are the ones that were arrested. They waited 17 hours to before they. Gee, maybe we should get some medical treatment for her. Now, Linda, being the nurse here, if someone has second or third degree burns and you wait that long, what is happening to the body if they're not getting any medical treatment?
Well, everything is happening to the body, especially on a 4-year-old child like that. First of all, she would have been in excruciating pain,
Right.
and then both of them said, I saw it when they not interviewed, but they went to court. They said she didn't appear to be having pain.
Oh, that's just a lie.
Have you ever had a little bubble burn when you're getting something out of the oven? It hurts.
Sunburns hurt.
It hurts. It hurts. And but what they said too is that the child was starting to go into shock, which
Yeah.
that meant her kidneys were starting to fail, and all of the systems.
What about her heart?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything starts going downhill, which is probably why they waited so. They waited so long that she's in critical condition still. This
Oh, yeah.
little girl. And at first, they only were being charged with neglect. And then they
it's going up.
started to
There's more
surmise
now.
that it was, that it's
Yeah.
more than that now. And I, as a mother and a grandmother, I can't imagine anybody doing that to a little 4-year-old child.
What could they do that was so
Well,
egregious
yeah,
that this is the punishment?
nothing,
They're four.
nothing, and it's really sad for that little
Yeah.
child.
Well, she remains hospitalized in
Yeah.
Rhode Island. Doesn't say what hospital,
Yeah.
but probably Hasbro.
She's probably at Hasbro.
Children's Hospital
but,
for
the
this.
last I heard, she was still in critical condition.
She is, yeah. And, it's a very sad
And,
situation.
I remember when I was still in the hospital early on that we had some. There was a fire, and we had children with burns,
Mm-hmm.
from the fire, and it's awful to treat.
Oh, burns, yeah.
Burns.
Because it is so painful.
Burns are terrible to treat anyways and
Yeah.
care for people, but when it's on a little one, it's even 10 times worse.
Can morphine
Well,
dull
you
the
know,
pain,
well,
but not entirely?
yeah, you know, but think about it when you're dealing with a 4-year-old child. What are you going to use to help with the pain? You know, I don't know. I wasn't, you know, I've been out of that situation for a long time, so I'm not sure, you know, what they're using now. But it's, you know, I just keep saying, you know, if you've ever burned yourself,
Yeah. You know how much it hurts.
it hurts. It hurts, and to have burns over that much of her body.
Yeah, it's
They ought
bad.
to go to jail forever and a day, amen, is all I'm saying.
If they're found guilty, of course. But,
Innocent until proven guilty, yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
We're going to take a break here at Coffee, and it's time for the forecast, which is being brought to you by Unbound.org.
Mostly cloudy today with a high of 47 degrees and a light northwest wind. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 28. Wednesday's weather, sunshine and 49, calm wind. Thursday, sunshine and 58 with a west wind. Friday, there's a 30% chance of some rain after 5 p.m. Partial sunshine all day with a high of 63. Friday night, 80% chance of rain mainly after 9 p.m. Saturday's weather, rain is likely before 10 a.m., then switching to partly sunny skies for the balance of the day and a high of 55. Sunday, sunshine and 46, and next Monday, sunshine and a high near 40.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we do have sunny skies and 40 degrees. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change the world, and it will change your own at unbound.org.
Hi, I'm Kathy LaValle at The Honey Shop. Check out our Facebook page at The Honey Shop RI, and there you'll see a whole list of our new classes and lots of fun things to do. You could join us for making limoncello, pizzas, pasta making, cheese making, so many fun things to do and learn.
Thanks, Kathy. Folks, if you love food, you'll love the Honey Shop, right behind the Dunkin' Donuts at Park Square in Woonsocket.
When you're ill and need same-day care, remember North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care for affordable and accessible care. You'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who will assess the problem and make you feel safe and reassured. Both centers can help you with a wide range of symptoms and ailments, including flu, fractures, allergies, infections, work injuries, and more. Check their websites for convenient patient and medical forms, which you may fill out before the visit. North Smithfield Urgent Care, 594 Great Road, North Smithfield, 768-3400. And Lincoln Urgent Care, 2 Wake Robin Road, Lincoln, 333-9595.
Hi, this is Gary Smith. Join me for Do You Remember, Tuesday through Friday mornings at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
It is Coffee In here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here along with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. One of the other things you missed, well, maybe not missed, one of the other things that you didn't hear about, Ed. 2 people accused of running high-end brothels in Cambridge and Watertown, Massachusetts, and down in Virginia were due in federal court yesterday afternoon. They were arrested last week. Investigators said, in addition to the brothels in Mass, they also ran one in Virginia. More is coming out on this story because they're saying they've got high-end politicians and other higher up people.
Dignitaries. Yeah.
And like,
Not so
Virginia's-
dignified, are they?
well,
No.
Virginia's very close to Washington, D.C.
Yes,
so
yes,
we're waiting for names to come out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right now, they've just they have arrested 3 people, 2 from Massachusetts, 1 from California, that is involved in this this high-end brothel scheme.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for more on this one to come out. So, and I saw a map yesterday, and they were where they were. So a lot in Watertown, a lot in Cambridge, and one was in Dedham too, kind of close to where where Dedham Place is, the Legacy Place. Is that what that place is called? The mall. It's right on Route 1.
Right. Yeah.
Very busy, very very high traffic
Yeah.
area in that area. So, okay. On the other side, the good news: the Pan Mass Challenge set a new fundraising record this year. You know, the bicycle race that they do from
Yes. Yeah.
what are they, Stockbridge all the way to Provincetown? Is that the route?
Yeah.
Is that where they start? The Pan Mass Challenge.
I'm not sure where they stop.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
all the way down to Cape.
All the way
Yeah,
to the Cape.
all the way,
Okay.
yeah.
They generated $72 million. Wow. In
great.
this fundraising, the highest they've ever had. It all goes to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute.
Yeah.
It's the largest contributor and accounts for 62% of the Jimmy Fund's annual revenue. So That's
That's
fantastic for them.
excellent. That's good news.
That is good news. And whenever it happens, because it all depends on where you are on the route, but I've seen them actually go by on my house.
Really?
Yeah, and because they try to stay off the highways.
Well,
So
that's a
it's
good idea.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of a lot of back
Yeah.
roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of people just set up outside, cheering them on.
Yeah.
As they
Well,
come
that
by.
is neat.
Because
That's really
there's a
good.
couple times I'm like, what's going on? Why are all these people out? What have I missed? Oh, that's Pam has Challenge Day. Oh, okay. So that's pretty cool. So in Massachusetts, Ed, okay,
Yeah.
they're having a hearing today on a bill that would create a 4-day work week pilot program. Now, obviously, it's not going to work with doctors and nurses.
No.
Doesn't work with fire and police, and EMTs, and there's a lot of people that'll be excluded from it. But the bill would provide incentives for employers to support a 4-day work week and would allow research into what impacts such a program would have. Now, companies must have over 15 employees to participate in the program under the bill as it's written right now. Maybe that changes. Employees would be able to opt out of the 4-day work week and the surveys that will be used to collect data for the program. So if 4 days isn't working for them, then they can guess and go back to 5.
Is it 4 10-hour days or just 4
See,
hours?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I don't have that information.
Oh.
I'm assuming, and maybe I shouldn't. I'm assuming it's going to be 4 10-hour days.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
You
Yeah.
can go like 8 to
18.
7.
Yeah.
8 to 7?
8 in the morning to 7 at night. Is that 8 hours? Is that 10 hours? No,
Oh.
that's 11. It'd be 8 to 6.
Yeah.
That's 10. That's 10 hours.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably be 8 to 4. No, I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 to 6, I guess is right.
And do it as a retail could not be in this either, because they'd have to.
Well, if they staggered their staff, they could though.
I guess
Because
they
that's what they
could.
do in the hospitals. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
they have 3 12-hour shifts,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
but they stagger the staff. Yeah.
Do you like the idea, Ed? Tough as the owner of a business, but
I don't know. I mean, I haven't thought about it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I like. I guess they can make it available to people, if, you know. But I don't know.
it might not work too well in your business because you rely on the
Well,
stock
the
market.
stock market's open 5
5
days.
days, so I
you
got to
know,
be. I gotta know what
Yeah.
5 days.
yeah.
All right. If you could have your will, and you could have the 4 days, would you like to work like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
or Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Yeah.
or work Monday, Tuesday, have Wednesday off, work Thursday, Friday?
I like.
See, I
the
like
long-
I like that.
If you're,
I like the long weekend,
Okay.
one way or another.
if you're
Okay.
like an auto mechanic and working in a big dealership,
Mm-hmm.
and they have enough people where they can go 4 days, you know, and
Yeah, they
As long
stagger.
as you've got,
Yeah.
as long as you
Yeah.
got people there,
yeah.
Yeah.
that'd be okay, I guess. As long as
But you-
everybody doesn't want the same 4 days.
But you, as the employee,
Yeah.
boss, I'd rather if I'm going to work 4 days a week, I'd like to take a day off in the middle of the week.
You like the middle of the
and
week.
just take Wednesday off. I'm just thinking, well, now that I'm getting older, and doctor's appointments and things like that, and but it's nice to have a little break in the middle of the week.
It is. Yeah.
Work 2 days, have a day off. Work 2 days, have 2 days off. It's not a bad idea. But I can see the benefits of having 3 days off.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
and the-
Yeah,
and
I
the
mean,
long weekend as well.
different people are going to prefer it different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, it can work. The thing is, they've been having that in hospitals.
Already.
Yeah. 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 A lot of them will do those.
Yeah, I remember
Three
a lot of
12s,
times where Jane
yeah.
would work, 2 12-hour days and
12
2
hour-
8-hour
right,
days
yeah,
and,
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, firefighters work that too.
They do
work
that
like
24
3
yeah,
24-hour
20
days,
24
and then
hour
4 days
on,
off,
4
or
days
something,
off.
something
yeah,
like that.
something like that. Yeah.
I don't know if the police work it that way.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, I think, depends on what the shift is too.
I mean, I don't know why they have to have a hearing on it to
Right,
authorize
exactly.
it. It's up to the business to
The business
Let the
is con-
business decide
yeah,
if
let
they
the
wanna
business
try it.
decide
They
if they
can,
want
yeah.
to go with,
Yeah.
4 10-hour days.
But right, I don't think government needs to get involved
No,
with that.
every
right?
time government gets involved with something, they screw it up.
Yeah.
The government knows better than you, Ed.
No, they don't. They don't know better than anyone.
No, but truly, that's something that.
What's coming up in a couple days? A government
shutdown.
You're going to tell me
Yeah,
they
yeah,
know
yeah.
better?
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it's true that there's no need for it because
Yeah.
it's been happening already. It's in other places it works.
I remember one time I worked for one company before here, obviously, and somehow it worked out where I had a lot of paid time off, and it was kind of like
Content,
use it
yeah.
or lose it,
Yeah, right.
kind of thing, and then go over didn't roll over to the next year. So from about Halloween to the end of the year, I did have every Friday off.
Yeah.
I said, this is great.
Isn't it nice to have a 3-day weekend?
It was nice to
It
work
is,
that.
Yeah.
It worked out better to do it that
Yeah.
having that day off than another day. But for like that 8 weeks, I had every Friday off, and
that's
I was looking at it. I said I could swing this.
Yeah.
I just got to get the approval for it.
Yeah.
And I went to the the manager at the time. I said, this is what I got for paid time off, and this is what I got to use, but we're going to use or lose it. And so and this is what I want.
And
they went-
yeah.
And they went, okay.
And if you did that Friday off with a Monday holiday, you get 4
Oh, yeah,
days
that,
off.
that was nice too.
Then you can really get refreshed when you have that much time off.
Employers know what they need for scheduling.
That's
they know
right.
what they need for
Yes.
their staff.
That's right.
And the government should stay the heck out of it.
Yeah.
All right. I
Yeah,
like-
local
I like
or on the national level. Yeah, they don't
But
know.
we gotta have a bill in
Now, who's doing this again? Who's the?
Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to
Yeah,
worry
but
about
but they have a bill for everything, right?
Just about.
Just about. Yeah.
And Rhode Island likes to look at it and see, hey, what's Massachusetts doing?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should do this too.
No. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if it goes anywhere in Massachusetts. But right, you're right. We really don't need a bill for it. If the company
you
wants to
don't.
do it,
No, you
just
don't.
do it on your own. So.
No.
All right.
No.
Back here in Rhode Island, employees of a Starbucks in Providence have announced they plan to file a union petition
Union.
with the National Labor Relations Board. The baristas of the One Financial Plaza Center store made their intentions known in a letter to Starbucks CEO Laxman Narasimhan. And in it, they claim the company has not been candid about working hours and has put employees under adverse conditions.
They ought to file a bill.
This is the second Rhode Island Starbucks to attempt unionization. Efforts at a Warwick store failed after the vote was considered too close to call. Too close to call? How many people are working there?
Okay.
You can't add to 20? Too close to call?
What's it called?
Well, either it's even and it's split 10 to 10 or... Wow.
Oh,
10
that's
to 10. Too close to
It's
call.
too close to call. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe they had some people sitting on the fence and they didn't vote. I don't know. That seems odd. But well, it's if they do it, of course, what happens next is the price of your Starbucks coffee. It's already expensive, but
I
it's
know.
going to go up
I know.
by a lot. It's probably double.
Make your coffee at home.
But I need my double latte cappuccino with
Yeah, right.
with a twist and a half a shot of espresso.
Do you ever stand in front of that and say,
Vente.
what does all this mean?
Oh no, not at all.
Just want a cup
I
of
just
coffee.
want coffee. And why is it $8?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I want a cup, not a pound.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about North Andover and the flying the Palestinian flag, but right next door in Andover, Mass.
Yeah.
The teachers up there are on strike, and now the judge has fined unionized Andover public school teachers $50,000 because they went on strike. Yep. The announcement came before school officials announced that there would be no classes in the district for the third day because of the strike. The judge also ordered for the teachers union to pay fines of $10,000 for each additional school day missed because of the walkout. The sides remain far apart on pay increases for teachers and assistants. So there. And it doesn't look like they're going back to work, and
Oh.
judge threw a pretty hefty fine at them.
See what you've been missing in Aruba?
Yeah, really. Oh, man. I think I'm going to go back.
And Ed, they want to build, or someone wants to build a pro soccer stadium in Everett, probably near the casino up there, and move the Revolution. Take the Revolution out of Foxborough and put it up there, which is not a bad idea because the Revolution only draw 10,000 people. That's a 60,000 seat stadium.
Yeah.
There's no one in the upper rafters of Gillette Stadium like you see in the football games.
Right. Yeah.
So they want to build a smaller stadium for less people and make it look more crowded. All right, not a bad idea. The only problem is, and I've read this before, that the majority of fans that go to Revolution soccer games are from Fall River and New Bedford. So it's not a bad trek up 495, basically. 45 minutes. The trek from New Bedford and Fall River to Everett is a lot more.
Yeah, you got to go through Boston
Now
to
you
get
got to
there.
or go around Boston.
And like there's enough traffic there. You don't need to add more, although there's only 10,000 people, so there's probably not 5,000 cars. Who knows?
Right.
5,000 more cars.
The measure is included in a supplemental budget bill that removes the site of a former power plant on the Mystic River from being a designated port area. That would allow land just across the river from the Charlestown and near the Encore Casino to be used for a stadium. The casino people must be all for this. It's bringing another 10,000 people to the area. And Robert Kraft always says he wants a stadium closer to Greater Boston. So maybe this happens. And maybe you just draw a different fan base. And maybe the people in the North Shore of Massachusetts that don't want to come down to Foxborough to see a game,
could draw a
they'll go
different-
to Everett.
Yeah, it could
instead.
draw a different audience. Could draw out of New Hampshire and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know.
so, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, and there was a cracked rail on the Green Line.
Surprise,
Yes.
surprise.
Yeah, and
No surprise.
and there was it caused a shutdown
No.
of the Green Line
No, sir. You're
When was
kidding.
this?
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Service on the Green Line was halted between Arlington and Boylston stations around 2 p.m. yesterday after the problem was discovered. Repairs were quickly made, though. And service did return after the shutdown. Shutdown was about an hour and a half. The cause has not been determined, but T officials say it's possible the colder temperatures are to blame. They've said this before. Cold, hot,
Yeah.
hot. The rails expand and contract, and then they
that-
crack.
But
That's not an
that's-
answer.
no, and it's been like that for a long
Oh, for
climate's been
years.
like, it's pretty
It
much
changes every year.
It changes. Yes, it does. It gets hot,
Are they-
it gets cold. Yeah.
It just
you're
makes you
in
think,
a-
are they using the
You're in New England.
are they using the poor steel and not the good steel that can handle the elements?
That's not the ones that had the wrong gauge.
I forgot which line had the
Which
narrow
one
lines.
had the narrow that it was wrong?
I think it was the red line had the
Oh, okay.
had the
it wasn't that-
wrong
that-
size
oh,
rails in
okay.
it.
All right.
We got to use the
Well, I mean, there's so much that goes on with that you know.
Yeah.
we got to use the good steel
Yes.
so it doesn't
yeah.
crack when
Yeah.
it gets cold after it's been hot.
Uh-huh.
My 2 cents to Mr. Eng up there that runs the T. Buy the good steel, but then the price to ride the T is going to go up. Yep. All right, more coming up on Coffee and please stay tuned.
When you or a loved one are not feeling well and you need medical attention, you need to ask yourself, what's the right place to receive the right care? Check with your doctor's office. They can direct you to the right place for care. If you don't have a doctor, call a clinic or urgent care facility near you. If your situation is truly an emergency, then a hospital emergency department may be best. For a list of medical emergencies and recommendations of where to seek care and when, visit health.ri.gov/rightplace. A message from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
Hi, everyone. This is Bill Schneck with the Circle Laurier Club and past president of the Woonsocket Lions Club. On Friday, December 1st, the Circle Laurier will be hosting an all-you-can-eat beer and dynamite to benefit the 2023 Milk Fund Appeal. The price is $15 a person, and it runs from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Circle Laurier, located at 165 School Street here in Woonsocket. Joining me will be Katrina LaPierre. Katrina, tell us about this night's events, please.
Thanks, Bill. I'm excited for the Milk Fund kickoff. We have music by Woonsocket's finest DJ, Buddy D, to get us in the holiday spirit. Please join our Facebook group, Milk Fund, to see our raffles and silent auction items. New things are added daily. Let me tell you about a couple of auction items. We have a $250 K's gift certificate donated by Dave and Donna LaHoose, and we have lunch with the judge, Rhode Island's famous and America's favorite Judge Frank Caprio. Details are on our Facebook group page. We look forward to seeing you on December 1st.
Tickets will be available at both radio stations here in the city, as well as at Circle Laurier the night of the event, December 1st.
It's Coffee and here on ON, AM, and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And Linda, they did a study. This is something you've probably known being a nurse. because it's something I've known ever since I was educated on this stuff back in middle school and high school. But they had to do a study. Marijuana users say it helps them get a good night's sleep. Mm-hmm. Well, no kidding.
Yeah.
I was taught in school that marijuana is a depressant drug.
Yeah.
So naturally, it's going to make you
Make you
sleep better.
sleep. Yeah. Yeah.
But we had to throw money at it. Washington State University helped lead a study that compared marijuana to sleep aids like melatonin and benzodiazepines.
Diazepines.
Zepin-
Yeah.
okay.
Sleeping meds.
Okay. More than 80% of the marijuana users say smoking joints help them get better sleep. 60% got 6 to 8 hours of sleep, while for people using the sleep aids alone or sleep aids and cannabis, 20% got 6 to 8 hours of sleep. About a third of the participants used edibles and 14% used capsules with THC. So,
Any decent bourbon will do it too.
glass of wine.
that was not part of the study, Ed.
Oh, well, we'll have to have a study.
Do a study on that and see if you get better than 6 to 8 hours of sleep after bourbon. That's funny.
Who did this study?
Washington State University.
I wonder who paid them to do that.
They said, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe the cannabis
The National
people.
Cannabis
Cannabis people.
Association.
Cannabis people.
Speaking of things you probably never heard about, did you know that there is a National Blood Donation Hall of Fame?
No, I did not.
Ever
know
hear of that, Ed?
Nope.
A man named Jim Walker, he's from San Diego. He's just been inducted into this organization. He's been donating blood for more than 50 years. And if you keep track of all the donations he's done, he's given more than 170 gallons of his own blood. He says he started donating blood back in 1968 when his wife was pregnant and anemic at the time. Walker says he quickly realized how many people need blood every day, including pregnant women and newborn babies. Every year, blood centers across the country submit nominations for the National Blood Donation Hall of Fame. Who knew? It's sponsored by a global healthcare company, Fresenius Kabi. And they choose winners based on their commitment and passion to donating blood or encouraging blood donation.
Hope he's not afraid of needles.
He must not be.
Not being, no. You know, I think kudos to him that he's
Yeah, really.
donated because we do need blood donors. We do.
What's amazing is 50 years and he's never caught an illness that would stop him
That prevent right.
from donating.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we'd love to take your blood, but you can't. You've got whatever this is, and we can't give that to somebody else, so you have to
Right.
stop. But it's a very healthy man.
Yes. Yeah.
That's been doing this. Now, didn't they stop at a certain age? And you can't.
You know, I don't
in
know.
Rhode Island, you can't donate blood after 65 or 70. I
don't
forgot
know.
the actual
Yeah,
age.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I remember you had to be 18.
18. Yeah.
I think I donated when I was 16 or 17, but my father was there.
Right.
He's a blood drive at a church, and he signed the
Signed for
papers
you, yeah.
that says it's okay
Yeah.
to do this, and they did take blood at that time. But I thought there was a cutoff age
There
in
might
Rhode
be.
Island. I don't know if it's the American
Yeah.
Red Cross that says okay, maybe he's different because
Yeah.
he's grandfathered in. I don't know.
Well, if he started when he was, you know.
Well, 68, and just got with his wife, and
Yeah.
and so maybe he was 20.
20. He was probably
It's
20.
55 years ago.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
still strong.
Yeah.
You answer no to all the questions they ask. Do you shoot up drugs? No. Do you take any medications? No.
Yeah.
So if it's no right down the line, okay.
You're good to go.
Yeah, good to go is right. All right, 55 million Americans are going to go travel on Thanksgiving.
I know, huh?
That's according to AAA. And those 55 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more this year. That's according to AAA. It's an increase of a little more than 2% from last year and the third highest forecast for the holiday since AAA began tracking back in 2000. Most will drive to their destinations, nearly 2% more compared to 2022. 4.7 million travelers will fly, an increase of more than 6.5% compared to last Thanksgiving. And it's funny, I was talking to my son who will be traveling on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the heaviest travel day of the year. I said, well, best of luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Traveling down, but he thinks, and we'll see if he's right, but he thinks he's going in the opposite direction of where other people are going.
Okay.
He's coming out of Maine, so there's a lot of people that go north to visit family up that way, so he thinks he'll miss it that way. I said, okay, but when you get on 495, as long as you stay away from the Mass Pike.
Yeah.
But 495 and the Mass Pike, not that they run into each other, but there's
yeah.
a exit to get onto the Mass Pike that backs up pretty far sometimes on
Yes.
495. So
495, yes.
something to be aware of. But he's going to try to, I don't think he's working that day, so he's going to try to get out early and get down here as quickly as possible before the real crowds hit the roads. So I don't think I've traveled that far ever on Thanksgiving. Not over 50 miles.
No,
No. So I've never been caught up in the whole.
I don't travel at all for
Travel.
Thanksgiving. They come,
They come to
they
you?
come to me. They come to me. Yeah.
All right. So it looks like, or at least on my opinion, because we had the story last week. Ed, you probably didn't hear about this, but the producers of the TV show The Simpsons decided that Homer will no longer strangle his son in the TV show. And they came out and said it. It says it's wrong, and I don't do that anymore. Well, they've had it's reversed. Homer Simpson is going to continue strangling his son Bart, despite speculation that the Simpsons characters would stop the habit. The show signaled a change in a new episode in which Homer responds to someone commenting on his firm handshake, telling his wife, strangling the boy has really paid off. Just kidding. I don't do that anymore. Times have changed. That's what Homer said. Now the website, IGN, claimed Homer hasn't put his hands around Bart's neck since the season airing between 2019 and 2020. But the show's co-creator told People magazine that nothing is getting tamed, so they're going to continue to do it. And I'd like to point out that this is a cartoon,
Yeah.
and no one is really getting hurt.
Yeah, right.
And let's grow up about this. And it's done for laughs.
Yeah.
So Bart's going to continue to get strangled. Although it is funny because I have done it to my son, trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Why, you little Aaron? But he always thought it was hysterically funny when I did it to him.
Yeah.
Of course, I wasn't cutting off his airways.
No.
So, weren't. Now, Ed, we like to have fun with Ed in his car. But
Oh yeah.
I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think your car was $300,000, was it?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So a
You're
little
gonna
less.
be confused with someone else.
I must be. But this happened out in Oregon. A man was driving a $300,000 sports car. He's hospitalized with non-threatening injuries. He crashed his high-end sports car into an office building in Portland, Oregon. It happened around 3 a.m. Nothing good ever happens after midnight.
That's right.
On Sunday, the car, a McLaren 720S.
Okay.
Do you know this car, Ed?
Oh yeah.
Is worth about $300,000. Or at least it was before he slammed it into the building. First responders say there were no passengers. He's okay. No word on the car or whether or not it has been totaled or not.
Well, it would take a lot to total a $300,000 car, though.
Not
wouldn't it?
necessarily.
No.
No
Depends how much
damage.
fiberglass or whatever there might be,
Yeah.
or
So wow, makes you wonder how he hit the office building at 3 a.m.
Well, it's
There's a lot of speculation there.
3 a.m. What do you
Yeah.
think?
That explains it, Lucy.
There could be alcohol involved.
Could be.
Could
any
have
of the
drugs
above.
involved.
All of the above.
He could have been, hey, watch this. Well, he wasn't. No one was
Nobody's
with
in
him.
the car.
But he could have been.
He had a medical episode.
Could have had a medical
Sure.
episode. You're right.
Give
He
him the
could have
benefit of the
had.
3 in the morning. Yeah.
He could have shut his lights off for whatever reason,
Yeah, and he didn't see it.
and he didn't see the building. That's right.
Or the building jumped out and
Could be.
jumped right in front of his
Right in
car.
front of
I've
us.
heard of that happening once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. That usually happens with trees.
Yeah.
All right. Do you wear? Do you know? Maybe you know, Linda. Anyone in your family, mostly out of the girls, do they wear the Crocs for the shoes?
No.
No, not
No.
a fan.
No,
of them?
the only time they use Crocs is my daughter uses them to take the dog out, because they're right there, they're rubber, and she gets the ones with the fleece inside, so
so
your
nice and
toes can
warm.
be warm, yeah.
All right. McDonald's is releasing custom designed Crocs,
Oh, my.
$70 to $75.
Oh, my. It's
Seems
You
kind
get
of
a bag of
expensive.
fries with it.
Oh, well, you should. And you can start buying them today. The companies are teaming up to offer Crocs based on the mascots of McDonald's. So you can get the Grimace, so you can get them in purple.
Yeah.
You can get the Hamburglar.
Hamburglar, yeah.
So I guess black and white. And I don't know who Birdie is,
I don't either.
but that's a McDonald's mascot. And you can also get classic red and yellow. So it looks like you're wearing McDonald's on your
What about
on
Ronald?
your shoes. They have quietly sent him away.
They said, that's...
They don't use him in their
he's
marketing.
in Washington.
The only time they use Ronald McDonald is there is still the Ronald McDonald House
Yes.
for people for kids to go stay when
Yeah.
kids had getting treated for cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So there is still the Ronald McDonald House, and their logo still shows his hands.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. They don't use the face, the body at all anymore. And that stopped a while ago, so you can't even get it. Well, red and yellow is what Ronald used to wear, so you can consider it would be for that. And if you're feeling generous, Christmas is coming up. I don't want any of these, by the way. You can get a pair of socks too.
Oh,
With the McDonald's characters on it. That's another $20.
oh my goodness.
So for $100,
Yeah.
you can get a pair of shoes and some socks with the McDonald's people on it. They'll be available at Crocs retail locations. And they'll say where they are, and wholesale partners. I'm sure Amazon has it if you want to go take a look and get these fantastic McDonald's
I'll
Crocs.
pass. I'll pass.
I'd rather have the fries.
Great Christmas gifts,
I don't know.
Do they have McDonald's down in Aruba? Have they made it down
I
there?
don't know. I've never seen one.
No, maybe just there's a rule, and
I mean, they
no
have like
fast food.
Pizza Hut and
They do?
Dunkin' Donuts.
They do. Okay. Oh, so
yeah.
they do allow it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah,
but
yeah.
no McDonald's, no Wendy's, no
I've
Burger
never,
King.
Never seen them.
You think it'd be close to where the resorts are?
Nah.
No?
Yeah, most of the restaurants and things near the resorts are local.
Yeah.
And real.
Okay. In
Real restaurants.
They're real. Yeah,
They have
real
McDonald's in
restaurants.
Japan when I was there.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
that.
they-
They're in China too.
But
So
they
I just
don't.
want have to go to
But they
Aruba.
taste like Japan.
They do. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you go to France to the McDonald's there, you can get wine.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably tastes a lot better there.
Yes, they would.
All right, that does it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Ed, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right, Linda, thanks for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right, my name's Joe Callahan. Have yourself a great day. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do You Remember is next on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. Jared